friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel Tech Solution. Today I am going to cover 10 Python built-in functions that every data scientist should know. One of the reasons of this choice is that Python is relatively easiest to learn and use. More importantly, there is a wide variety of third-party libraries that ease lots of tasks in the field of data science. For instance, NumPy and Pandas are great data analysis library. Scikit-learn and TensorFlow are for machine learning and data pre-processing tasks. We also have Python data visualization libraries such as Matplotlib and Seaborn. There are many more useful libraries for data scientists in Python ecosystem. In this video, we will not look about this library or framework. We will rather cover important built-in functions of Python. Some of these functions are used in the library we are going to mention in that. So there is no point in reinventing the wheel. Let's start with it. The first one is the set function. Set functions returns a set object from an iterable. Example, a list. Set is an odd order sequence of unique values. Thus, unlike list, sets do not have duplicate values. One use case of set is to remove duplicate values from a list or tuple. Let's go with the example. List of A equal to 1, 8, 5, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and now set of A equal to set, and we are going to pass list of A. Okay, and I am going to print list of A, print set of A, and we are going to run it. What we will get in the set, we will remove the duplicate values. Okay, and the list will get the same value whatever you are going to take as input. Okay, let's run and see. Okay, you see, right, first one is the list. You will get the same output whatever the input, including the duplicate values, right? But in list you will see that is that remove the duplicate values, right? And that is the order wise 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Okay, this is clear now. As you can see, the duplicates are removed and the values are sorted. Sets are not subscribable because of not keeping an order. So we cannot access or modify the individual elements of a set. However, we can add elements to a set or remove element from a set. We can going to set of A dot add 15. Okay, let's run and see. Then in the set A, we will add 15 also. That we are not going to see it here, right? 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. But now after going to run once again, we will see 15 values also. Let's command this list B and runs once again, right? 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Now we will see 15 also. Okay, this is clear. Now we'll go with second function, enumerate. This is first one. Now we are going to second one, enumerate. Okay, enumerate provides a count when working with iterable. It can be placed in for a loop or directly used on an iterable to create an enumerate object. Enumerate object is basically a list of tuples. Let's go with the example. Cities equal to Houston, Rome, Berlin, Madrid, and we are going to print list of enumerate, and we are going to pass cities. Okay, and what we are going to see, 0 Houston, 1 Rome, Berlin 2, and Madrid 3. Okay, let's run and see. right? 0 Houston, 1 Rome, 2 Berlin, and 3 Madrid. We are going to use with for loop also. For count, comma, city, in enumerate, passing the cities, column, print, count, comma, city. Okay, let's run and see what's the output. Okay, 0 Houston, 1 Rome, 2 Berlin, and 3 Madrid. This is clear now. Now we'll go with third one, each instance. Before going to, let's remove this one. Third one, each instance. Okay, each instance function is used to check or compare the classes or objects. It accepts an object and classes as an arguments and return true if the object is an instance of that class. Let's go with the example. A equal to 1, 4, 3, 5, 5, 7, and B equal to set of A, and print each instance A, list, print each instance B, list. Okay, then what will happen? This is instance A is list, means that is true, right? A is a instance of list, but B is a part of set. Okay, if you are going to run, what will happen? This will be true, we are going to print, and this will be false. Okay, let's run and see. Right, first one is true, second one is false. Okay, we can access the class and object by using type function, but each instance comes in hand when doing comparison. Okay, let's go with the fourth one. That is length. Okay, length function returns the length of object or the number of items in an object. For instance, length can be used to check number of characters in a string, number of elements in a list, numbers of rows in a data frame also. Okay, let's go with the example. A equal to, in list we can see 1, 4, 3, 5, 7. B equal to set of A, and C equal to data science. Okay, now we are going to print length of A is length of A. Okay, copy, and we are going to paste length of B is the length of B. Okay, length of C, that is length of C. So what is the length of A? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that will print 6. What is the length of B? That is 7, means that is going to remove the duplicate value. Then 1, 4, 3, 5, and 7, that is 5. And what is the length of C? 1, 2, 3, 4, space 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And this will be print 6. This will be print 5, and this will be print 12. Okay, let's run and see. Okay, 6, 5, and 12. Okay, this is clear now. Now we'll go with fifth one, sorted. Fifth is sorted. As the name clearly explains, sorted function is used to sort an iterable. By default, sorting is done in ascending order, but it can change with the reverse parameter. Okay, let's go with the example. A1, 4, 3, 2, 8. Print sorted of A, and print sorted of A, reverse, we are going to pass true. Okay, we may need to sort a list or panda series when doing data cleaning and processing. Sorted can also be used to sort the character of a string, but it returns a list. Okay, let's run What will the output? That is going to sort 1 3 4 2 8, and that will be the reverse order. Okay, let's run and see. Okay, 1 2 3 4 8, that we sorted with this one, and reverse, that is 8 4 3 2 1. Okay, this is clear now. Now if you are going to use, instead of number, if you are going to use a string, C equal to science, okay, and print sorted C. Okay, then what will happen is going to sort C two times is coming, that will come first, then it will come E two times, okay, then it will come I, this one, and then N, and then S. Okay, let's run and see. Okay, C two times, E two times, I, N, and S. This is clear now. Now we'll go with JIP, that is very very important. Sixth one, that is JIP. The JIP function takes iterable as an argument and returns an iterator, consists of tuples. Consider we have two associate lists. The first one equal to 1, 3, 2, 4, and second B equal to same Rome, Austin, Madrid, and Berlin. Okay, now if you are going to use list with JIP, print list of JIP of iterable, that is A comma B, then what is going to give the output? 1 with Rome, 3 with Austin, 2 with Madrid, and 4 with Berlin. Okay, this is clear. This is very important. Let's run and see. None type object is not okay. This is going to list of this one. Let's run once again. Yeah, okay. 1 is Rome, right? 3 with Austin, 2 with Madrid, and 4 with Berlin. Okay, this is clear. This is going to same order: 1 with Rome, 0 0, 3 with Austin, 1 1, 2 with Madrid, 2, and 4 with Berlin, 3 3 order in the index. Okay, the iterable do not have the same length. The first matching index are JIP. For instance, if the list as it was 1 3 2 4 5 in the case above that we are going to show, the output will be the same. JIP function also take more than 2 iterable. If you are going to use instead of 4 5, we are going to add one more 5, then going to run, what will happen? 1 is going to match with Rome, right? 3 is going to Houston, 2 is going to Madrid, and 4 is going to Berlin, and 5, because we don't have anywhere, then is not there, is a part of JIP. Okay, this is clear now. Now I am going to show the sixth one, that is range function. Okay, let's remove, sorry, seventh one. Seventh is range. Okay, range is an immutable sequence. It takes 3 arguments, which are start, stop, and step size. For instance, range 0 10 2. Just example, range 0 10 comma 2. Range that is start from 0, okay, and stops at 10. 10 is exclusive, which increment of 2. Okay, the only required argument is stop. Step and start and step argument are optional. Okay, now if you're going to print list of range 5, then what it will print? It will print 0 to 4. Okay, let's comment this one. Let's run and see. Okay, it will print 0 to 4. Now if I am going to range 10, now I am going to 2 comma 10 comma 2, then what will the output? That is start from 2, increment with 2, that means 2, increment 2 means 4 6 comma 8, and exclusive 10 is going to 10 is not going to include that one. Let's run and see what will the output. Okay, 10 2 4 6 8. Okay, this is clear. Now I will go with one more example. 0 10 comma 3. Then what will be the output? Start with 0, increment with 3 3 comma 6 comma 9, and 10 is not going to include. Okay, let's run and see. Okay, 0 3 6 9. Okay, this is clear. Now I'm going to show 8 1, that is map. Let's remove this one. Map function apply a function to every element of an iterator and returns a iterable. Let's go with the example. A1 2 3 4 5, and I'm going to print of list of map of lambda and x column x. I'm going to pass it. Okay, then what will be output? 1, and that is going to square 4 9 16 and 25. 1 comma 4 comma 9 comma 16 comma 25. X comma x multiply by x means that x is square. Okay, let's run and see. Right, 1 4 9 6 and 25. Right, this is clear. We use map function to square each element of a list. The operation can be done with a list comprehension. Okay, instead of that, if we can use b equal to x to x for x in a and print b. That will get the same output. Right, 1 4 9 6 15. Okay, this is clear now. List comprehension is preferable over map function in most cases due to its speed and simpler syntax. Okay, for instance, for a list with 1 million elements, my computer accomplishes this task in 1.2 seconds with the list comparison and in 1.4 seconds with map function. Okay, this is clear now. Now we'll go with 9th one, that is list. List is mutable sequence used to store collection of items with the same or different data types. Okay, that is very important also. 1 comma a, that is character, comma 2, that is boolean, 1 comma 2 comma 3, that is list, and 1 comma 2. Okay, it's a different type. Now if we are going to print type of a, okay, let we print class of list. Right, class of list, that is include integers, character, boolean, list, tuple. You can include anything into the list. And 10th is any, all in Python. Just remove this one. Any, all in Python. Any and all are two built-in provided in Python used for successor and or. Any returns true if any of the elements or items is true. It returns false if empty or all are false. Let's go with the example. Print of any false, 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 false. Okay. Then since all are false, false is going to return. Let's run and see. Okay, that is going to return because all are false, false is required. Hence the method will short circuit at the second times. Second times if I are going to return instead of false then true, then it will return true. Okay, let's run and see. Okay, it's going to return true. Now we are going to see the all. all returns true if all the items are true. Let's go with the all. Print all true, comma true, comma true, comma true. Because all are true, then it will return true only. Right? Now if you are going to and any one instead of true, that will be false, then it will return false or plus. Okay? All is going to work same as and any is going to work same as or. Okay?